Fine. So we are going to learn and understand about TestLink. Now, TestLink is a tool. Okay, it's a web-based tool. You can say a web-based tool for writing test cases and executing them. Okay, not for writing scenarios and not for doing like RTM part. Okay, just for writing test cases and executing them. So we will be maintaining all the execution part related to test cases. Okay, we have like written 100 test cases. So how many test cases got executed, how many test cases got passed, failed, and so on. Okay, so this is a tool which is a web based, so anyone can use through a simple browser. Okay, so in case of distributed environment where the teams are distributed region wise, use this tool. Say for example, if I'm writing test cases from here India, okay, and there are people from US or UK, they are also writing test cases related to particular project. So they can also, I can also see their test cases at the same time when they are writing, and they can also see my even execution part. Okay, so it's not like we have to keep a local repository of Excel sheet and then combine or integrate it. So that won't be the case. Okay, version control is also possible over here in TestLink. As in, if you have written a test case in draft status, you can update it, you can revise or do a revision of that test case as well. Okay, so those all things are possible as part of testing. Now we have to make sure before writing test cases, we need to have a structure ready or available with us. So the very first part would be having a project available with us. Then we need to go with a test plan. Now this test plan can be considered as phases. Okay, a project can be divided into phases, multiple phases. So say for example, this is test plan 1. Okay, we can have another phase wherein this is test plan 2. Okay, this is test plan 2. So this might be consisting of some requirements, as in requirements related to login functionality, shopping cart, okay, uh, payment functionality. Okay, this might be consisting of requirements related to reports, okay, leave module, and say for example payroll model, something like that. Okay, just I'm giving an example. So what we have done, we have divided the project into multiple phases, and that is called as test plan. Okay, you can name them as per your understanding or as per your convention used in the industry. Okay, then this test plan or this phase, as this phase is consisting of multiple requirements, so developer will be developing those requirements as part of building the application. Okay, and then he will be providing you with a release. Okay, release for testing purpose, right? So this would be release 1. Okay, this would be release 1 for testing. So you will be doing execution part, okay, of the test cases. Then you might come up with some defects. Okay, as part of this testing activity, okay, you might come up with some defects. Those defects will get fixed. Okay, fixed and given, okay, in next release, to test, or you can say to retest, isn't it? We have retesting part. So then you will be having release 2 for testing. Okay, this again will be execution part, but this we have understood, right? Sanity testing, regression, and retesting will be the part of this particular release. Over here we will be having smoke testing and a detailed level of testing, right, wherein we will test each and every functionality in detail with all the possibilities, positive and negative. But say for example, when we found defects, We found defects only in this particular area, that is shopping cart. The rest of the functionalities were working fine. So developer has fixed those defects, and he has given a next release, okay, where we can retest those things. So then we will be considering shopping cart defects as part of retesting activity. Okay, then we will be considering payment, some of the test cases related to payment as well, as part of regression testing, because this was working fine in release 1, but in next release we have to test it as part of regression. Okay, and we have our scope narrowed down to these two functionalities only in second release. So we will be performing a stability check, that is for the same, right? So these terms you will be relating this way. Okay, and we can have a buffer release also. Okay, just in case if some of the defects have been still not resolved, as in we are retesting it, but some of them actually got fixed and some of them still needs to be fixed. Okay, some data, with some data it is getting passed, but with some data the function is getting failed. So we can keep this as a buffer release, wherein if needed we can go for this particular release or time duration. So this is how you can divide or do a structure of things in TestLink initially. Okay, so this release is nothing but called as build as well. Okay, build or release. So what? See, these things you don't have to create. This will be created by your senior person or a project manager. Okay, so project, test plan, build. These things how you can create from TestLink, that I will show. But when we will give access to you for TestLink, okay, TestLink and ManTest, you might not be having the rights to create these things. Okay, but I'll just give you an idea about how that particular thing can be created. So let me log in over here. I'll say administrator, administrator or admin. Let me try with this. Okay. So this kind of page or UI you will see, okay, as part of TestLink. These are some of the icons like desktop as in home. This is the home page, okay, dashboard. This is for requirements. If you want to like copy and paste requirements, you can paste it over here. Test specification, from here we will be writing our test cases, okay. Execution, wherein we are going to execute the test cases. Reports, where we can see the reports of our execution, okay. And these are like user and roles, okay. These are some of the icons you can see. This is related to test project. All the projects will be visible over here. Whichever project you are assigned to and created in TestLink, they can be listed or seen over here, okay. If you want to create a new project, you can create from test project management. Wherever the word management comes in, you can manage as an edit, sorry, create, edit, and update. Okay, and delete. Sorry, create, update, and delete. Okay, that way. So you can do that particular portion from here. So let me click over here. So test project management. You can see many projects have been created already, right? These are the names, this description, prefix, okay, issue tracker, code tracker, and all those things. So what we can do, we can just click on create button, okay, and we can say okay, name, we can give a name as gadgets gallery or orange HRM, right? We have seen for orange HRM, so go with orange HRM. Prefix, as in we have test case like TC001, TC002, something like that. So over here we can have like OR is the prefix, so OR1, OR2, something like that. So that TC, instead of TC it will be OR, okay. That is nothing but a short form for this orange, okay. You can give any prefix over here. Description about the project, this is not mandatory field, so you can leave it also, not an issue, no one is going to see. You can have these as default, kept default, okay, whatever has been ticked, and then click on create. Okay, so if this project, if this project with this name is not there, then this project is going to get created. Okay, right now I think we do have a project with this name. So Orange HRM is already there. Okay, many projects are there related to Orange HRM, and we'll go with this one. Let's say this one, HRM. Okay. So we have selected this test project. Okay, then you can see test plan getting like mentioned over here, right? There is a drop down of phases, phase 1, phase 2. Okay, initially you won't see this current test plan, or because once you have created a project there won't be any plan. Okay, so you won't see this drop down as well. So first of all we have to create a test plan from test plan management. So test plan management, you can write any name over here. Okay, say for example phase 1, or you can say any you can give any name based on whatever name it's used in industry, okay, or company. Then you can keep active and public. Active means the phase is active, current state, and public as in everyone can access it. Okay, and then click on create. Okay, already we have this phase 1 created. Okay, over here, and then there is phase 2, phase. These are just for dummy, or you can say like for practice people have created. Okay, so this is the next step. So first we have to create a project, second we have to create a test plan, and third we have to create a build or release. So phase 1 would be selected, and then we have to go and select build or release. So click on build or release. Again many releases are already created. I'll go and create one for you guys. Okay, I'll say release 4 or release 5. I think release 5 is one. Okay. Release date, when you are going to get the release. So you can say okay 7th I will be going to get release, and I'll create that. So this release is what. Okay, so this is how you can create releases also. So this is a very basic structure we have to create before starting or writing with our test cases. Okay, first of all project management, test project creation, test plan. Okay, and then build and release. Then platform management also, you can go and create some platform. This is optional. Platform management is used for like compatibility testing, where multiple operating system or multiple different browsers have to be used for running your test cases. If you want to run a particular test case in different browsers, then you can mention out the browser's name over here. Okay, I'll create one more platform. I'll say uh, Edge. Okay, I'll say Edge browser. I'm not writing the version. I'll just say. So this is great. So whenever I create a test case, I can add that particular test case for Chrome, Edge, and Firefox. That option I will get later on. Okay. So this way for browser I have created, I can go for operating system as well. Okay. So these, from here you can create the platform, and you can add or remove platforms. You can see over here add or remove platforms, as in whatever platform you have created you can add or remove those platforms into your phase, or you can say test plan. Okay, so I'll click on add or remove platform. Okay, see, already these platforms have been added and they are used in 4 test cases. Okay, but this I have just created. Okay, so I can add it over here, and right now it has not been used or assigned to any test case, so that is why it is coming as blank, and then I can click on save. So this is how I have added the platform to a particular phase. Okay, that way. Clear up till this point, guys? So what we have done, we have created a project, we have created a plan, then we have created a build. Okay, and then this is optional platform management. Okay, Once you have created a platform, okay, then you can add those platform into your phase, or you can say plan. Fine. Now the main thing comes in, as in writing test cases. So it can be done from here as in test specification. You can click over here, sorry, or you can click on this icon as well. Okay, so you can collapse this part. Okay, close this portion. Now already these folders, or you can say test suites, have been created. Okay, but at the beginning, at the very first time, you will see only the project name with zero over here, as in no test cases. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to select the project. Okay, and you have to click on this gear icon, that is actions. Okay, click on that, and you'll get to see test suite operations. Okay, so you can create a test suite by clicking on this plus icon. Okay, you can import or do an export. Okay, some test specification document, this is a these are not required. Okay, you can just click on create, so that you can create a test suite. So let me first of all see if, okay, payment is not there, so let's go and create a payment. So I have given the name as payment for test suite. Okay, now over here in details I will say all the test cases related to payment functionality will be added over here in this test suite. Okay, so test suite is nothing but a folder to categorize your test cases. So all the test cases, similar test cases, will be categorized under a particular category or a test suite. So over here I am creating a payment test suite. So any test cases related to payment functionality, they will be added under payment. Okay, so I'll just click on save, and you will be able to see payment. Okay, payment is mentioned over here as a folder name with zero. Zero means there is no test case included or added. Now if I have to add a test case, I have to just click on this test suite. Again I have to go back to this actions, that is a gear icon. Click on it, and you will see two options. You can create a test suite, or you can create a test case. So you can subdivide or subcategorize, or you can say you can have another test suite. Say for example, I'll say credit card. Okay, and save it. Now if you expand it, you can see payment, and then there is credit card. Okay, and again I can have one more test suite. So I'll select payment, then I will say debit card. Save. Okay, so you have subcategorized this payment section. So credit card and debit card. Now credit card test suite, I might want to like categorize the test cases based on the specific functionality. As in all test cases related to credit card will be included as this particular folder. Okay, in this folder, and all the test cases related to debit card will be included in this particular folder. So that is how you can subcategorize this payment part. Okay. If you don't want, you can directly go and write or click on test case creation, and you can create test cases as well. Okay. It's not mandatory to subcategorize, but if you want, you can categorize it. Okay. So let me select credit card and click on this icon. And then if I want to write a test case, okay, for credit card functionality, then I'll just click on this plus icon, and now I will get the same format which I was using in Notepad or Excel sheet, right? Test case title. See, it is not asking for test case ID because that test case ID will be auto generated. Okay, so I have given like earlier I have mentioned you about the prefix, right? OR. So OR1 will be the what is it? Not OR1 because already 80 test cases are there. So it would be OR2 or OR82. Okay, 81 or whatever. So that would be the test case ID. Right now I'll just give test case title. So it will be like check uh, credit card, or you can say check payment functionality with a valid credit card entry. Okay, valid credit card. So this is what I want to test with. Okay, this functionality I want to check with a valid credit card details. Summary: this test case ensures user can do a successful payment with the help of a valid credit card details. Okay, or you can say with the valid credit card. That's it. Okay. So this is what I want to achieve. I want to check. Okay, this is my objective. That is summary. Precondition. So application URL should be available. These are something which are common. Okay, should be available. Then test environment is ready to use. Okay. Now I need a valid credit card, so I will say a valid credit card is available. Okay. If you want login credentials, you can say login credentials. Okay, so these becomes my precondition for testing this particular functionality. Status is draft. Importance I will say high because it's related to payment. Execution type manual. Estimated execution duration. So for this I'll say 7 minutes is required. Okay, so this is estimated. Okay, it's not like you have to complete that test case in this time duration. Keywords, we haven't added any keywords or keywords management. You can leave it, not an issue with that. You can just click on create. Keywords basically again is to categorize or do filtration part. If you go to this filters, okay, based on the keyword, you can filter out your test cases. Okay. But anyways, we are categorizing our test cases based on test suite. So it's okay if we go with without keyword also. So we have created this thing. Okay, this is the test suite, sorry, test case name. This is your test case ID, that is HR81. Okay, summary, preconditions, and now with by clicking on this create step, okay, you can write steps and expected result. So just click on step. The very first step would be like open URL, okay, and you would say application home page should be displayed. Okay. Now you don't have to write the second step over here. Just click on save, and then you will get another cell, or you can say column, to write the second step. So say login with valid user credentials. Okay. You will say user should be logged in successfully. Then save it. So you have to keep on saving, and then in the last step you have to click on save and exit. Okay. The product to shopping cart. Okay. I'm skipping this expected result. Okay, but you have to write it down. Select credit card option payment. Then at last he will say verify user is able to do or user is able to complete payment with invalid credit card details. And you say okay, user was able to successfully successfully perform payment with valid credit card. Okay, that's it. And lastly, you have to just click on save and exit. So it's almost very much similar to the way you have written test cases in your Excel sheet. Okay, the same way you have to write it over here as well. Okay. Right now, I've just done some assumptions and have written these steps, but you have to write these steps based on the SRS. Whatever be the steps in SRS, you have to follow the same sequence and write these steps. Okay. So this is how you can write your test case. If you want to add one step over here, you can or insert new step, you can just click on this plus. If you want to delete this step, you can just click on this cross. So delete step. Okay. And resequencing, okay, importance, changing of importance, and all these things can be done from here. Okay. Relationship, like if you want to set relationship between test cases, like if one test case is dependent on another test case, then you can do a relationship over here. So this test case is related to parent of, child of, blocks, depends on, all these are nothing but relationship, and you can give the prefix id of that particular test case. Okay. So, and if you want to attach some file, like if you want to attach a SRS or a requirement document, you can attach from this one. Okay. It's not mandatory, but if you want it like for a reference, when a person is executing this test case, and consider the test case is related to checking of the receipt when you do a payment and receipt is generated, okay, and you want to check the format of the receipt. Now you cannot draw the format over here. So what you can say, okay, verify the receipt is generated as per the format uh, of the receipt attached in the test case. So you can attach the receipt of that particular, okay, receipt over here, a document over here, and then you can verify while execution. So in that particular time, this can be of use. Okay. So you have created a test case, okay, one test case. Again, if you want to write another test case, just click on it. Okay, this credit card test suite. Again, you have to click over here. Again, you have to click on plus, and then keep on writing this portion. Okay, so this is how you will be contributing to all the test case writing. And along with you, there would be other testers as well who will be writing the test cases. So say for example you are contributing to credit card, the other tester is writing debit card related test cases. So he won't get disturbed while you are writing credit card. Okay, and all the test cases are getting written in this particular for this particular project itself. So that is the benefit of this kind of tools. Now, this is the tool we are explaining you, TestLink. There are other tools also available in the market. Okay, one more is there, like TestRail is there, which is a paid one. TestLink is a free tool. Okay, it is created in PHP. Okay, it is created in a PHP language using PHP language. But TestRail is also there. There are companies which might use their own tool. They have created the tool according to their need and purpose. So they would be having their own tool as well. Okay. Some companies might not use a tool itself. They might be just going with Excel sheet. Okay. So it might depend from to company. They might vary with the tools and okay process. But overall, if you see, these fields will be common across the entire. Now we have written these test cases, we have to execute as well. Okay, so this is design phase. When we are writing test cases, that is a design phase. Now let me go back to home page. Okay, now to execute test case, you can execute test from here, but before executing the test, we have to add our test cases to this test plan. The way we have added the platform, okay, we have created a platform and added the platform in this particular plan, test plan. Similar to that, we have written the test cases, but it might be the case we have to add only a few test cases as part of this test plan. Okay, so that can also be done by clicking on this add remove test cases. So when you click on this add remove test cases, okay, you will get to see again all the test cases mentioned over here. Click on payment. This page takes time. See, now you are getting this particular test case which you have written, and you are getting three different options as in related to browsers: Chrome, Edge, and Firefox. If you want to select all of them, you can just click on this platform, or you can select it from here as well. Okay, you can select checkbox over here, or you can say check and check all test cases for all platforms or a specific platform. Okay, if you want to select a particular platform, you can do that and click on adding. So only Firefox will checkbox will be added. Or if you want to say all platforms, click on adding. All the checkbox are selected, and then you can select add selected. So now this test case will be added as part of your test plan. So this test case is now part of your test plan, or you can say phase one. Okay, so it will change the color to yellow. Okay, give some time. See, so this indicates that this test case is part of your test plan. Then it might be see, right now we have written only one test case, but in reality there would be many test cases you will be writing for a project. So then you have to assign the test cases also, distribute the test cases between the testers. Again, this part is done by the senior person or a lead. Okay, so he might be assigning the test cases based on the browser or based on the operating system. Say for example, he will say, okay, for this particular for tester one should execute all the test cases on Firefox browser. So he will assign accordingly. Okay, he might say tester two will execute all the test cases on Chrome browser. So accordingly he can see. Now you're getting three different options. So the test case ID is same, HR81. The test case is same, but platforms are different, right? So if I want to assign, see all platforms, I'll say for Firefox, I have to assign it to, say for example, Astha, and then I'll say apply assign, okay, at least one. So first of all, check and check, and then apply assign, and then save assign. So this user has been assigned to all the test cases which are of platform Firefox, right? So that way also a lead can do the assignment. Now once this user logs in, okay, with her ID and selects the project, okay, and goes to this particular part, test execution part, then he or she should be able to see test cases related to that particular browser. So Astha won't be able to see any test case related to Chrome browser. Okay, something like that. So this is how you can do things in TestLink. Okay, so this is the area wherein particular person will go and select the test link. Over here, if you see settings, so phase one Chrome 81. Because I'm logged in with admin user, I will be able to see all the test cases for all the browsers. But if I would have been logged in with the Astha user Astha, okay, then I won't be able to see test case for Chrome browser. Okay. So once you selected these settings, okay, this filter, and then click on this test case, and you should be able to see this test case is not run. This is the step, expected result, and execution notes. So this is nothing but actual result which you have to add, and then execution status as pass, fail or block. And at last also, okay, you have to say, okay, give some description, notes description, whatever be your comments, okay, over here. Execution duration, like you have mentioned 7 minutes as estimated part, okay, you have estimated. Actually, it took 10 minutes to execute. Okay, so you can say, okay, execution was 10 minutes. This icon smiley is for pass, this sad icon or smiley is for fail, and this smiley is for block. So if you click on this smiley, you will see that the test case is passed. Okay, so this is how you can write test cases in TestLink and do execution part as well.